Hey there, it's Tasha Smo and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on a pretty fun project that's kind of challenging because I'm kind of figuring out how to do it as I go along. I haven't found any good instructions for it online, so I figured I'd show you guys what I'm doing. And so basically I recently repainted this room because it was my brother's bedroom. He moved out. And so now my parents are turning it into an office, and I had this idea. I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool since we love traveling and we've been a whole bunch of places, if we could put a bunch of maps and kind of use them as wallpaper. And my dad is like, oh, I have this box of vintage maps that I've been collecting for the past 3.5 decades. I'm just like, okay, great. So we got those out, we selected a bunch that we really like and started basically using them as wallpaper. And yeah, and so it's going pretty good so far, and I'm just going to show you the process. So I have previously laid out all the maps and kind of found spots for them on the wall just by taping them up, and then I took them all down, and I took a picture so that I could see where they were supposed to go, and then I took them all down so that I can start putting it up. And so up next I have this map of colonial Williamsburg, where my mother and brother and I and grandparents visited in 2008, I believe. So yeah. First, I have just Mod Podge, matte Mod Podge, and I'm taking it with a small dense foam roller that's used for trim, and I'm kind of mapping out the area where this one is going to go. And we're doing a little bit of overlap onto the maps that are already here because we're kind of going for a layered look. So should be about there. And then also going to do some Mod Podge on the back side, just so it kind of has consistent stickingness. Not sure how to explain it, but we've tried a couple different methods, and so far this has seemed to work best as far as least bubbling. So get some Mod Podge on the back there, and then layering it on. Want to get it somewhat straight, and then I start by pressing it out from the center just with my hands. And a few of these we've had to trim bits off. So there. So now it's adhered to the wall, and I'm gonna let that hang out for a little bit and press out any major air bubbles that I see. And this roller, since it's a dense foam, it kind of acts as a brayer, which is kind of nice. I wish I had an actual brayer for this, but I don't. So then that's just gonna sit for a little bit. I'm gonna continue with a slightly watered down coat of Mod Podge to kind of seal it in. So I use the full strength to adhere it, and then use this watered down to kind of seal it. Then I'm taking a ruler, it's kind of flexible, to roll out bubbles. So for trimming the maps, I found it was much easier to take a big straight edge, like a ruler, yardstick thing, and a razor, because it gave really nice clean lines. You could use a X-Acto as well, because that's basically a type of razor blade. Rather than using scissors, just made it kind of complicated. So just a razor blade is fine, but do it on a scrap surface, like some scrap piece of wood, so you're not damaging anything. This is the finished room and the whole map wall. I think it looks really great. And I think the best part that like I wasn't really expecting is that all the maps, even if they looked like they were super bumpy when I was putting them on and like there were a bunch of air bubbles, all of that really like smoothed itself out as it dried. So like there's no like bubbles, and like it looks so much better than I thought it was going to, honestly. And it's so cool. So there's 3 continents, and I don't know how many countries and how many states, but a whole lot of stuff represented here. I think the overall look came out really cool. I think it matches the aesthetic of the room really well, because there's like colors in there are colors in some of the maps that go with the color that I painted the room. And yeah, and so we have this nice dark orange kind of terracotta color on the wall. It's hard to see. We did the window wall so that like the light coming through the window would kind of contrast with the darkness of the wall. But then did the interior of the window the same lighter peachy color as the walls. And then in the closet we did the dark color but then accents with the lighter color, and the door and everything. We just got an enamel version of the paint color that we used for the wall, so you can see there's like kind of I think this is like eggshell on the wall, and then when you move over to the door it's like the glossy enamel. So that is it. I don't remember exactly how long it took. I think it took, I wasn't like the most productive the whole time. I kind of did it in segments, but all in all, I think the whole wall took like only a couple hours to do. So it was pretty good, and I think it's gonna last a long time and look really cool for years to come.